Mark Wilson, Getty Images. House Speaker Paul Ryan, RY, speaks during his weekly news conference on Capitol Hill on Thursday. Ryan and House leaders are pushing an immigration bill that would include new broadsides against sanctuary cities and jurisdictions. Photo by Mark Wilson, Getty Images. Congressional Republicans are pushing a new tactic to combat sanctuary cities, make it easier to sue them. That effort, part of a major immigration bill in the House of Representatives, threatens to undermine sanctuary policies across California by making jurisdictions that refuse to cooperate with immigration authorities liable for some crimes committed by undocumented immigrants they release. The bill, scheduled for a vote next week, also provides a path to citizenship for young undocumented immigrants but restricts legal immigration, limits asylum claims and budgets $25 billion for the construction of a border wall and other border security measures. It's the culmination of weeks of negotiations and has the backing of President Donald Trump and House Speaker Paul Ryan, although it faced a speed bump when the president suggested he wouldn't support the bill early Friday before clarifying that he would. Most Democrats are expected to oppose the bill, and some conservatives have argued against it as well. The section on sanctuary policies, tucked near the end of the 293-page draft released this week, is the latest example of the Trump administration's war on cities such as Oakland and San Jose and states such as California that protect undocumented immigrants. "They're aiming for California, they're picking on the big gun of the resistance," said Jamie Regalado, a political science professor emeritus at California State University, Los Angeles. Subscribe now for more California immigration and politics news. First month of digital access just 99 cents under the bill. Jurisdictions that decline requests from federal immigration authorities to detain undocumented immigrants in their custody could face lawsuits if an immigrant they release commits murder, rape or sexual abuse of a child. The victim of the crime or the victim's relative would be allowed to sue the jurisdiction, as long as the immigrant is convicted of the crime and sentenced to at least 1 year in prison. States that have sanctuary policies affecting local governments also could be sued. Trump has highlighted crimes committed by undocumented immigrants during his campaign and presidency, including the death of Kate Steinle, who was shot by an undocumented immigrant in San Francisco. Jose Ines Garcia Zarate was acquitted of murder by a jury last year. Steinle's family sued San Francisco over her death, but their claim against the city was thrown out by a federal judge. Meanwhile, under the bill, the federal government would step in to defend jurisdictions that do cooperate with immigration authorities if they're sued for doing so. It's an attempt to stymie the so-called sanctuary state law passed by the state and signed by Gov. Jerry Brown last year. The law says local officials in California aren't allowed to transfer immigrants in their custody to Immigration and Customs Enforcement unless the immigrant in question has a record of committing certain crimes, or ICE has a judicial warrant. The Department of Justice sued California over that law in March, arguing that it's unconstitutional. The bill also declares that ICE can request state and local jurisdictions to hold an immigrant up to 96 hours after their release date. Courts have previously ruled that detainer requests are voluntary. California leaders have argued that the House bill is an unconstitutional attack on the state. Attorney General Xavier Becerra, whose office enforces the sanctuary state law, said in a statement that the long-awaited Republican moderates' push for a sensible solution for DACA dreamers was a charade. He called the House bill a rehash of old unworkable ideas, showing a lack of guts and respect for our Constitution. Start your day with the news you need from the Bay Area and beyond. Sign up for our Morning Report weekday newsletter. Local sanctuary jurisdictions said they'd stand up to the bill. This is simply another effort on the part of the federal government to force local jurisdictions to enforce immigration law, when that's not what we're supposed to be doing, said David Campos, the deputy county executive for Santa Clara County, which has passed a sanctuary policy. If the bill passes, the county would consider a constitutional challenge, he said. It's not clear how it would fare in the Senate if the House passes it. Previous efforts to punish sanctuary cities have been blocked by Senate Democrats. The debate was thrown into chaos Friday morning when President Trump said in a Fox News interview that, "I certainly wouldn't sign the bill," but hours later, White House officials walked back his comments, saying he was referring to a separate proposal. Some moderate Republicans in vulnerable California seats have pushed for months for a more liberal bill providing a path to citizenship for Dreamers and funding border security efforts without including harder-line policies such as restrictions on legal immigration or the attacks on sanctuary cities. But they were unable to muster enough support on a discharge petition, a procedural effort to force a vote. ADU might also like air conditioning now finally affordable thanks to NewThingsToday.com. Intel said to have started production of modem chips. Hardware Zone. Why Asia paints a bright picture for investors. Allianz Global investors 5 young Asian royals to follow on Instagram. SingaporeTatler.com. The chime has come. Decoding Gerard Perregaux's new SingaporeTatler.com. NBA star Kevin Durant buys $12 million oceanfront Malibu mansion. Global. Nicole Kidman reveals painful reasons she and Tom. MercuryNews.com. 2 South Bay women arrested for alleged sex with teen. EastBayTimes.com. Porn star Olivia Nova, who died Sunday, wanted to be. MercuryNews.com. Recommended by